Hi there, and welcome to the Plus Software Solutions Forecast.Live video series for the Cashflow Forecaster. In this video, we'll be covering your invoice rows, debtors transactions, and creditors transactions. To start with, these generate based on a few simple rules. The starting balance column represents all of the negative invoices that you have in the system. The overdue represents, surprisingly enough, all of the overdue invoices that have mapped over from your business system. And past expected due represents all of the invoices that exist, have a due date beyond today, but have been moved to expected payment today. This can happen a few different ways, which I'll talk about shortly. So one of the first very important things you can do is just view the transactions under each of these categories. This shows a list of the transactions that are going to occur on that date. In this case, all of the overdue ones. Seeing here the actual due date is the 1st of the 8th, 22nd of the 7th, etc., etc. From here, you can change the due date of each of these invoices, which will, if you move it into the chart range, let's say 12th of November, and click Save, it will populate it within the chart range itself, giving you a more accurate representation of the cash flow. So you can see here that that $150 transaction indeed moved on to the 12th of November. And if you right click, you can see that same transaction now with an adjusted due date of 16th of the 8th. You can also split transactions from this screen, clicking the plus, adding new part payments. Let's say they wanted to pay only $100 on the 12th, and then the remainder on the 19th. You can see that the entire invoice has now been allocated. We click Save, and it will appear on those two different dates, the 12th and the 19th of November. So there you have it. You can also revert these splits just by clicking the Reset Transaction button here. This will erase all of the adjustments on the transaction, including any of those that you've moved the date on. So if you split and move a date, click Reset, it will erase all of those and reset it back to the due date. We've also implemented some very powerful machine learning algorithms to the debtors and creditors transactions. To access these, simply right-click the header here, Debtors Transaction, and click Adjust using Machine Learning. The data I'm using for this example doesn't have any machine learning underpinning it, but with your data we definitely will, and you'll see the results of that when all of the transactions are spread to the dates that we predict using our machine learning algorithm. Very powerful and very good for helping you plan your cash flow more accurately. So there you have it. That's everything to do with the invoice rows. Now you should be able to get out there and manipulate these, creating your what-if scenarios for your cash flow going forward.